back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty, where on this channel, our vision is to empower the impoverished by helping you find financial freedom through crypto assets. Please subscribe and leave a comment and a thumbs up. Hey guys, welcome back. DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty. So today, going to be asking ourselves the top 4 questions, or the only 4 questions you need to ask yourself in regards to, is now a good time to get into Drip? Meaning if you're sitting on the sidelines, or you already bought in and you bought in anytime before now, almost any time before now. Last couple of weeks you could have actually made profit, but for the most part, anytime this year, if you bought in, then you are down substantially and you're wondering what should you do with Drip. Is now a good time? Should you dollar cost average? Should you buy more? Should you jump ship? Whatever the case may be. And I think I've identified the 4 questions you need to ask yourself in order to ensure that you make the right decision. So I hope this will be like educational, informative, so you can decide yes or no if Drip is for you. You can only at the end of the day do what's best for you, and that's what I'm trying to do by sharing this kind of content with you and also documenting my journey. So here we go. Question number 1. And by the way, if you answer yes or hell yes to all 4 of these questions, then you'll know exactly what you need to do. So, does Drip have more utility now than it did a year ago? Why is that relevant? Because as I've showed you in other videos, all crypto tokens and coins, aside from the ones that run blockchains, for the most part, start off as just Ponzi-nomics. They're just get-rich-quick schemes with no utility. They're solutions looking for problems. So anybody can create one, and outside of making money initially, there is nothing else there in it. Now, making money is a utility in and of itself, but as I mentioned in other videos, that's a closed system until you build utility. So utility is the number 1 way in which any kind of asset appreciates, and that's how trade and bartering worked. You had a goat, I had a cow. We could trade because you wanted the utility that I had. Even with our current fiat system, utility is given by the government, who makes it mandatory to transact in this currency. Therefore, you know that all debts can be paid with this and you can transact with it. That's utility. It has no other value besides that. But Drip. So ask yourself, is there more utility now than when it got launched? And the answer for me would be yes. So originally when it was launched, there was no BREIT for team referrals. There was no animal farm or farming token. There was no other collaborations. Yes, some of those have been paused. Some of those are still hearsay. But the point is that if you listen to any of his AMAs and you believe what Forex tells you, that's the key, right? You have to actually believe it. You'll see that there are more utility and use cases being added. You've seen the lottery ticket scratch-offs. You definitely have seen the animal farm. It did launch, and we did have utility in the Drip token there, farming the core asset of the pigs. The partnerships, like I mentioned. So for me, this question is a astounding yes, and it will have more utility a year from now. Even with it being paused, there's a lot of utility coming up in the very, very short term. So does it have more utility now than it did a year ago? Yes, definitely. Just with the farm alone, it has more utility. Next. Is the dev competent, or will the project rug pull? Now, this is something, if you've never researched Forex, you don't know. So every crypto project definitely comes at a risk. And the fact that Forex is a pseudonymous, kind of partially doxed dev, it makes it difficult for you to know what's going to happen. But for me, the answer is no. I've looked at his projects, looked at his the history, how long he's been in the space. It's all documented. And if he was going to rug pull, he would have done it already with the pig token, because that was his largest pause and amount of capital. There's at least $300 million that he had locked away, that we willingly gave him the token. So remember, for the pig token, we had to submit it, just like the dogs. Same thing going on right now. We submitted this to a contract, and Forex could have just ran away with that if that was the case. So either he's waiting for, a $10 billion payoff, which is fine because I'll be able to make money by that time, or he's not going to rug pull. And I believe the latter. He's not going to rug pull. He's actually trying to do something in this space that is long-term and leave a legacy. So the answer to this is he's 100% competent. He has his flaws in regards to timing and things of that nature, but he's definitely a competent dev. None of his projects have been exploited. The closest that we have would be the Piggy Bank when it launched, and it wasn't an exploit. It was quote-unquote botted. And then the contract had some fail-safe, so it paused, and then the migration and all that stuff. So unlike other contracts and tokens that we've seen, we've never, ever seen a large red candle on the drip chart. You've seen continuous sell-off, you know, which is what a healthy chart does, but you don't find like a rug pull on his contracts. So these are people selling, and you can look at the buys and sells, but there's not a quick dump like, let me see if I can pull that up real quick, because I'll show you what happens when there's a rug pull. All right, so that is what a rug pull looks like. You will see a huge, big red candle, and the whole thing just dumps. So that's a legitimate rug pull. That was by the Squid Game token. And ironically, it's actually come back to life. That's the community putting it back together. We'll talk about community later. Another big red candle happened with UST, which was not a rug pull, but it was the system being utilized in a way to create what looked like kind of a rug pull to the untrained eye, I guess you could say. But it was basically someone utilizing the stable coin, algorithmic stable coin against the system essentially, and yeah, doing some leverage trading and getting a lot of people liquidated. But point being, you have not seen this type of sell-off from $1 down to 90% in 3 days. You don't find a drop like that, 90% in 3 days, or this one was 0.2, 100%. I don't even know what that is, in a couple of minutes. So point being, Forex has never, ever rug pulled any of his projects. People that have sold are just regular people selling. And it's never been Forex pulling liquidity out of the system or the contract getting exploited, which there are a number of other contracts you can look up to see that happen. So for number 2, the answer is an astounding yes, the dev is competent, and the project, no, the project will not rug pull. Number 3, this one's super important. Am I willing to wait at least 6 to 9 months before I focus on profit sustainability? So I picked 6 to 9 months because I just got in, and then if you zoom out and look at the what has happened historically, we've never had anything like this where in less than 6 months or more that you weren't in profit depending on when you got in. So right now we've had the farm launch in January. And I think actually the farm launch, this was the Manor farm up here, and then the farm itself, because I got in on the day the farm launched, so it's around here is when the actual original farm went live. And so from February to August would be 6 months, and I don't think we're going to be back up here by August for sure. But where did I get that number from is because if you would have gotten in, so I did a hypothetical, gotten in at $1,000 worth when I got in at $130 per token for $1,000 to give you 6.92 after taxes, and you were to hydrate for 180 days minimum, that would give you 37 drip tokens. And if you were to go out to 9, which is 270 days, so I say 6 to 9 months, you have 88. Now this is still to be determined because we're not in August or October as of right now. But the question is, do you believe, so at this price, 88 to 33, so what is the average of that? That's 88 plus 33, 110, we'll take the average, 50. So 50 drip tokens. So do you believe by that time frame, your 50 drip tokens, depending on your 6 to 9 months, will it be above $20? And I believe it will, because $20 times 50 would be, you would have $1,000 of USDT value in your drip account. So remember, that would show up here as the value of your tokens. Right now, that would be down substantially, because if I hadn't have dollar cost averaged, I would be sitting at, let's look right now, if I had have only done that, I'd be having about 22 drip, and at $10 to $11 a piece, it's 220 bucks. So I would have put in 1,000, and I would have like an $800 loss basically, or an 80% loss. That's crazy, but a dollar cost average. So the point of this video is, right now, this is an amazing opportunity because we've already had this correction, and like I already mentioned in the first slide, there is more utility coming. So you don't have to do what I did. You're getting in like pretty much near the bottom. We've had this gradual sell-off for the last 4.5 months due to the farm being paused, and now we had this huge buy back in at $8.90. So as long as the farms unpause as expected, then I don't think we'll break below this and get to this next level of support, which is 6. And as long as we stay above 6, we're in a macro bull trend, higher highs and higher lows, theoretically. So that's why I say 6 to 9 months, because I believe by the time we get over here that the token will be around $30+ dollars. Like I said, I believe when the farms on launch will at least 2x to 3x from where we're at. So hopefully we can be around 10. That will put us at the $20 to $30 range. And on the charts, let me zoom out. We have these levels of resistance. So if we can smash back through this level of resistance here at 30, then we're sitting really, really pretty for the macro, because that is a level of resistance. And with the farms being unpaused and that capital having places to go, I do believe that's possible. That's only a 3x from here, maybe a 2.75x depending on where we're at. And that is completely possible. Like we had these big sell downs here. This was just a 25% pump correction from the $9 to 11, 12. So we could definitely see that happen again. And that would mean that, like I said, my hypothesis, if you can zoom out and wait 6 to 9 months, then you'll be in a really good position, because I believe going forward that we will not see these prices you're seeing right now, because like I mentioned in the first slide, there is more utility. So if you can answer yes, I'm willing to wait 6 to 9 months, then we move to the last one. Is there a strong community to support the project? The community is the most important piece to any crypto project. I mentioned this in the market adoption, product adoption, the S-curve. If you don't have people to basically bring the others on, crypto is in that market right now globally. It needs eyes on it. It needs regulation. It needs more adoption in order for it to go from this $2 trillion asset class to the $200 to $500 asset class that it can be. It needs more people getting into it. And the people that get into it is all based on the community. So like I showed in this one, this token literally rug pulled. This was Squid Games. It was a legitimate rug pull. It was flagged on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. And then the community said, hey, unpause this coin. We're still using it. And now it's been traded. So don't be surprised or sleep on the power of community. And you've seen that with the Drip Network, how strong the community is. Do a Drip Network search. Even YouTubers that call it a scam will put Drip Network in their title, because they know the power of the algorithm. They know that Drip is trending, so they will use Drip in their title to talk about other stuff. That's how powerful the community is and what people are searching for. So if you come in here, I've done this before, and show you Drip Network, it's a 400,000 search volume. Things like crypto, it's like 1 million, but that's a huge term. Okay, this crypto is 7.7 million, but yet crypto news is 1.1. Like Drip Network, look how small that is in regards to like crypto itself, but yet it makes up a substantial amount of search volume. So, and we're such a small community. You got on Binance, when you look, I'm sorry, not Binance, but Twitter, when you look at the community and what they do, when Binance released this tweet, you got 343 likes, 196 retweets, 95 comments. This is on Binance, and they got 13,000 users. Look at their other tweets. Here's their AMA. They didn't get nearly as much traction on that. What about this? No traction. Binance News, no traction. So, I mean, look at the community. So, these people over at BSC News are like, holy hell, when we put something about Drip, we got a lot more engagement. And how do I know this is all Drip related? Well, you can look at their engagement on other stuff and then click in here and you'll see the comments. Come on, not this. Wow, super slow. Let's close that out and open this tweet up, please. There we go. So you see in the comments, people like Drip is king, Drip is this, Drip, 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 Drip. So other companies will be noticing that. Like, where'd it go? Yeah, here's a drip, 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 BNB, BSC, drip, drip. So this is all the community. So again, definitely you cannot sleep on that. So having a strong community is one of the keys to having your crypto take off. And this is just one tweet. When you look at Pancake Swap or stuff like that, anytime drip gets mentioned, the people rally behind it, and they kind of pump their own bags. So that is huge. So that's the last question. So if you can answer yes to all of these questions, some of them require to know, but does drip have more utility? Yes. Is the dev competent? Yes. Will the project rug pull? No. Can you wait? I don't know. That's totally up to you. But if you can, you saw the numbers I already ran. You'll have, with just buying one drip and hydrating for the next 9 months, that one drip can turn in, I'm sorry, from 7 drip roughly, that 7 drip can turn into 88 drip in 9 months. And at these prices right now, 7 drip only costs you less than $100. So shit, you're sitting pretty for sure. And is there a strong community? Answer is yes. So if you're sitting on the sidelines, you're wondering, should you get in? Hopefully this helped you answer some of these questions. I can't answer them for you, but I believe those are some of the most critical any project that you should answer. And if that's yes, and you got the risk capital, that should be another question, and you can look at this and throw that money away and not care, so to speak, then this is one of the best opportunities. Like, I've been trying to tell my friends and stuff about that, but all they see is this chart. Like, oh my God, it's going down, it's going down. Yeah, well, if you just look at the chart, you can't look past the chart and see value, then you're gonna get wrecked. Because what's gonna happen, my friends that I told, they're gonna wait for this to happen again. And they're gonna jump in at 40, 30, 50. And if you do that, you could have bought, 4, 5, 6, 7 drip at these prices. So just keep your eyes on the chart and the Telegram announcements. But we will see what happens in the next couple of days and early weeks. And if things go as planned, I don't think we'll see these prices anytime soon this year. With more utility, more use cases, more tokens being locked up, more partnerships, more contracts and gains being added, like, we're going to be finding a new floor, and new future wells are going to be made right now in this cycle. So not financial advice, of course, but hopefully answer those questions and you can make your own financial advice. All right, guys, until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.